Welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're going to kind of thread the needle, through the world of fast fashion e-commerce,
Okay.
specifically ASOS.
Right.
But first, quick shout out to our sponsor, Cloutfit.ai.
Oh, cool.
That's CLOTFIT.ai.
Oh,
They're a B2B fashion commerce company using AI
interesting.
in some really cool ways to boost user engagement and increase revenue for their clients.
Yeah, I heard of them.
What's interesting is that the founders are actually the former CPO and CTO of some major fashion e-commerce companies, so
Oh, wow.
they really know their stuff.
Yeah, that makes sense.
For this deep dive, we've got interviews with both the founder and former CEO of ASOS,
Nice.
plus some insights from a UX designer who's currently working at the company.
Great.
You ready to uncover what made ASOS so successful and what lessons we can all learn from their journey?
Absolutely. The fashion tech landscape is constantly evolving. So
Yeah.
understanding how ASOS navigated this space can be incredibly valuable for anyone looking to make their mark.
Okay, so let's rewind back to the year 2000, when
Okay.
ASOS was born.
All right.
It's wild to think that they didn't even start out as a fashion retailer.
You're right. They started off selling a pretty eclectic mix of products, from furniture to gadgets.
Wow.
It wasn't until they brought on Lori Penn, their first buyer, who happened to have a background from Topshop, that they really started to focus on fashion.
Interesting. So
Yeah.
that's a pivotal moment.
Yeah.
It makes you wonder, what was it about that early fashion landscape that allowed ASOS to gain traction?
What's fascinating is that their initial success was partly due to the slow digital adoption of traditional department stores.
Really?
These established players were hesitant to embrace e-commerce,
Uh-huh.
leaving a gap in the market that ASOS was perfectly positioned to fill.
Oh, so they really were in the right place at the right time.
Yeah.
And speaking of seizing opportunities, let's talk about the eureka moment.
Okay.
When ASOS realized the power of mimicking magazine layouts online.
Oh,
I mean, that's
yeah.
genius.
It was brilliant. They took the familiar format of magazines with those aspirational photos of celebrities wearing the latest trends
Yeah.
and brought it online with a crucial twist: the buy button.
Oh, that's great.
It created a seamless instant gratification experience for shoppers, something traditional department stores were not offering yet.
It was like they took the best of both worlds, the visual appeal of print and the convenience of online shopping.
Exactly.
And I mean, they even had early struggles like any startup.
Of course.
The founder, Nick Robertson, actually had to sell his car to make payroll in 2004.
Whoa.
That's dedication.
It speaks volumes about their belief in what they were building.
Yeah.
They were willing to take risks, even personal ones, to keep the business afloat.
And that risk paid off.
Yeah.
Now, fast forwarding a bit, ASOS made a strategic decision to focus specifically on the 20-something demographic.
Right.
This wasn't just a marketing.
Absolutely. By dropping kidswear and premium brands, they created a much more focused brand identity and customer experience.
Okay.
This clarity helped streamline everything from buying to marketing, making the entire business run more efficiently.
They understood their target customer and built the entire experience around them.
Yeah.
This seems like a natural segue to bring in the UX designer
Okay.
or some of their key insights.
One of the things that ASOS really excels at is the user experience.
Huh.
They understand that their target audience, young adults in their 20s, value a frictionless experience.
So how does that translate into the actual design and functionality of the ASOS platform? What are they doing that's different?
Easy returns are a huge factor.
Okay.
They know that for their target demographic, buying clothes online can be a bit of a gamble.
Right.
By making returns super easy, they remove that barrier of hesitation.
Yeah.
This creates a sense of trust and confidence, encouraging customers to shop more freely.
So it's not just about the website itself. It's about the entire ecosystem surrounding the shopping experience.
Exactly. The UX designers at ASOS are constantly analyzing data, using tools like user testing and Adobe Analytics. Okay.
To collect feedback and inform their design decisions.
Wow.
This ensures that every aspect of the ASOS platform, from the checkout process to the product pages, is tailored to their specific target audience.
It's data-driven design.
Yeah.
So we've got a company with a clear vision of their target customer,
Right.
a user experience designed to meet those specific needs. But how does leadership factor into ASOS's success?
Well, Nick Beighton, the former CEO, played a crucial role in shaping the company culture.
Okay.
What's fascinating about his leadership style is that he embodied the company values: authenticity, bravery, creativity, and discipline.
So it wasn't just about setting goals and meeting deadlines. It was about creating a work environment that fostered those values. But
Yeah.
how did that actually translate into tangible outcomes?
He actively encouraged risk-taking and empowered teams to pitch new ideas no matter how unconventional they might seem.
Really?
Take, for instance, their decision to launch a line of wedding dresses.
It wasn't an obvious move for a fast fashion retailer known for its trend-driven pieces,
Yeah.
but it ended up being a huge success.
That's a great example of how a strong leader can inspire a team to think outside the box.
Right.
I remember reading about the chameleon phone anecdote.
Oh, yeah.
That story perfectly encapsulates ASOS's willingness to experiment and embrace the unexpected.
Absolutely. It was 2004,
Oh.
and ASOS was facing a cash flow crisis.
Oh.
They decided to buy a bulk order of chameleon phones. These weren't fashion items,
Okay.
but they played a catchy tune called Karma Chameleon.
Wait, so they were selling phones during a financial crisis?
Yeah.
That sounds incredibly risky. What happened?
It turned out to be a stroke of genius. These chameleon phones became their best-selling product that Christmas, pulling the company back from the brink of financial disaster.
That's a perfect example of how sometimes the most unexpected ideas can lead to the biggest breakthroughs.
Yeah.
It seems like they had a pretty good run, but were there any challenges or setbacks along the way?
Of course, no journey is without its bumps. One of the things Nick Beighton has spoken about is his biggest regret leaving ASOS too early.
Oh, really?
He felt like he hadn't quite accomplished everything he set out to do.
Yeah, he felt like he hadn't,
He didn't get to do everything he wanted.
Yeah, exactly.
Interesting.
It's interesting that you bring up his departure,
Yeah.
because his subsequent move to Matches Fashion, a luxury retailer, turned out to be quite different from the fast-paced world of ASOS.
Yeah, it does make you wonder if there are some, universal truths about leadership.
Right.
Or if it's highly contextual.
Yeah.
What happened at Matches Fashion?
His experience there really highlighted the importance of cultural alignment and having a clear strategy.
Okay.
Even with his proven track record at ASOS, it wasn't a smooth transition. Every company has its own DNA, and a leader's approach needs to be in sync with that.
It sounds like a cookie-cutter approach doesn't work no matter how successful you've been in the past.
Right.
You have to adapt
Yeah.
and understand the nuances of each business. Exactly. It's about recognizing the unique dynamics of the market, the people, and the brand itself. But let's circle back to ASOS and delve into Nick Beighton's thoughts on the future of e-commerce.
Okay.
He's had a front-row seat to the evolution of this industry, so I'm curious about his insights.
He's repeatedly emphasized the importance of data, hasn't he?
He has.
It seems like it's more than just a tool. It's almost like a secret weapon for companies like ASOS.
Yeah, it really is.
I mean, he actually called conversion the eighth wonder of the world.
Wow.
It's that crucial moment when someone browsing online actually makes a purchase. That's the lifeblood of any e-commerce business. And ASOS has really mastered the art of conversion optimization.
They really have.
So it's not just about having a website. It's about creating an experience that guides customers towards that buy button. What are some of the specific strategies that ASOS has implemented to make that happen?
They've created a seamless, intuitive experience. It's like they've anticipated every question, every hesitation a customer might have,
Right.
and addressed it proactively.
That level of anticipation must come from a deep understanding of their target customer. It's about more than just collecting data. It's about knowing how to interpret it and use it to create a truly customer-centric experience.
Exactly. And that brings us back to their strategic decision to focus on the 20-something demographic. It allowed them to hone in on the specific needs, preferences, and shopping habits of that generation.
That clarity of focus must have been invaluable as they scale their business. It's easy to lose sight of your core customer when you're experiencing rapid growth.
It is.
Yeah.
Absolutely. By narrowing their target audience, they were able to create a brand identity that resonated deeply with that specific group.
Okay.
And that's reflected in every aspect of their business, from the products they offer to the way they communicate with their customers.
It's fascinating how a single decision can have such a ripple effect throughout an organization.
Yeah.
It seems like ASOS has done a remarkable job of navigating the challenges of growth while staying true to their core values.
Yeah. Growth can be a double-edged sword. It's a sign that you're doing something right, that your product or service is resonating with the market, but it also puts immense pressure on your infrastructure, your team, and your culture.
I imagine it's easy to get caught up in the whirlwind of expansion and lose sight of what made you successful in the first place.
Yeah.
ASOS seems to have managed that balancing act quite well.
Yeah.
What are some of the key factors that have contributed to their ability to scale effectively?
I think their success boils down to a few key factors. A deep understanding of their target customer, a relentless focus on the user experience, and a culture of innovation and agility. They haven't been afraid to experiment and try new things, and they've been able to adapt quickly to the ever-changing demands of the fashion industry.
That makes sense. They've stayed ahead of the curve by being flexible and responsive to the market. It's interesting that the UX designer we mentioned earlier highlighted the importance of easy returns.
Right.
It seems like such a simple thing, but it's actually quite significant, isn't it?
It is. For ASOS's target demographic, hassle-free returns are non-negotiable. Yeah.
They've made it a seamless part of the shopping experience, and that's a big reason why customers feel comfortable taking risks and trying new styles.
It goes back to that idea of removing friction and creating a sense of trust. The UX designer also touched upon the importance of using data to inform design decisions. It seems like a recurring theme throughout this entire journey, doesn't it?
It is. ASOS is constantly gathering both qualitative and quantitative feedback using tools like user testing, Adobe Analytics, and even social media monitoring. It's
Wow.
about understanding what's working, what's not, and constantly iterating to make the experience better.
So it's not just about collecting data for the sake of it. It's about using that data to make informed decisions that ultimately benefit the customer.
Exactly. It's about putting the customer at the center of everything they do.
We've covered a lot of ground in this deep dive.
We have.
From ASOS's early days to their incredible growth and the challenges they've faced along the way.
Right.
We've explored their unique approach to the customer experience, their data-driven culture, and their ability to adapt and innovate.
But we're not done yet.
Yeah.
There's still one more piece of the puzzle to explore. The future of fashion e-commerce.
Okay.
We've explored the past and the present of ASOS.
Yeah.
But what about the future?
Right.
Nick Beighton, with his years of experience at the forefront of this industry, must have some thoughts about where fashion e-commerce is headed.
He's actually quite vocal about it.
Oh, is he?
Beighton believes the future is all about personalization and data-driven experiences. Imagine a world where your online shopping experience is completely tailored to you.
Okay.
Your style, your size, your budget,
Wow.
even your preferred colors and fabrics.
It sounds like the ultimate personal shopper, all powered by technology.
Exactly.
But how realistic is that?
Hmm.
I mean, it seems like a pretty complex undertaking.
That's where AI comes in.
Okay.
AI can analyze massive amounts of data to understand customer behavior, predict trends, and create those hyper-personalized experiences.
So it really is possible.
Yeah, think about it. AI can help businesses make highly specific recommendations, target marketing campaigns more effectively, and even optimize pricing strategies, all based on individual customer data.
That's incredible. It really does feel like we're on the cusp of a major shift in the way we shop for clothes online.
I think so too.
Yeah.
And this shift isn't confined to the digital realm either.
Really?
Beighton predicts a blurring of lines between online and offline shopping, creating what's known as an omni-channel experience.
What does that mean?
So you could be browsing products online, reserve them in-store to try on, and then seamlessly purchase them,
Okay.
whether you're at home or in a physical store.
So it really is a blend of the physical and the digital.
Exactly. The goal is to create a consistent and personalized experience across all channels,
Okay.
making the customer journey as smooth and enjoyable as possible. And this brings us to another crucial aspect of the future of fashion e-commerce: sustainability. It's a topic that's gaining increasing importance as consumers demand more ethical and environmentally responsible practices from the brands they support.
It feels like for a long time, fast fashion and sustainability were almost at odds with each other.
Right.
Is that changing?
I think it is.
How can technology play a role in making fashion more sustainable?
Beighton believes that technology can be a powerful force for good in this regard.
Oh?
AI can be used to optimize supply chains, reduce waste, and develop new sustainable materials. It can also help companies track their environmental impact and make more informed decisions about their production processes.
So it's not just about appealing to the eco-conscious consumer. It's about fundamentally changing the way the fashion industry operates.
Absolutely. It's about using technology to create a more ethical and sustainable future for fashion.
Before we wrap up our deep dive into ASOS and the future of fashion e-commerce,
Okay.
I want to leave our listeners with something to think about.
All right.
We've talked about how ASOS was able to seize a unique opportunity during a time when traditional retailers were slow to adapt to the online world.
Right.
They weren't afraid to take risks, experiment, and embrace the unexpected.
The chameleon phone anecdote is a great reminder that sometimes the most unconventional ideas can lead to breakthroughs.
So here's the question for all of you. What are the new chameleon phones waiting to be discovered in the fashion tech world?
Hmm.
What unexpected innovations will shape the future of fashion and e-commerce?
And what opportunities are out there for those who are willing to be bold, to challenge the status quo, and to harness the power of technology to create something truly innovative?
That's something for us all to ponder as we navigate this exciting and rapidly evolving landscape. And if you're interested in learning more about the intersection of fashion and technology, don't forget to subscribe to the Deep Dive for more in-depth explorations of the trends, innovations, and challenges shaping this dynamic industry.
And if you found this deep dive useful, share it with someone who'd appreciate learning more about the future of fashion tech.